It's been a while, so I just wanted to come to studio and say hi to all of you guys. Also, I'm kind of appreciating what I did in the past few weeks and days. It's been really exciting things happening. So I just started to kind of like take a minute to sit here, relax, and kind of have a minute to enjoy what I made with my hands. I'm proud, good about it. So I have to bring extra clay, so I'm gonna be making a few extra things. I do have all these beautiful mugs, cups, and things that I'm kind of appreciating because yeah, I wanted to take a minute to slow down. Right? And then this is something that we made um, with hands a few weeks ago, and then this one is completely like it's dry. So I really like the way that it turned out. I'm not really sure. I'm super excited once we put some colors how it's going to be. And I do also wanted to clean this. Like that's the thing with handmade work. Like I need to do a lot of cleaning versus when I throw on the wheel, I don't have to do as much work as I normally have to do with handmade things. So this is like very lightweight versus this one is like super heavy. Again, another major difference. Like very lightweight. Of course, this is a little bigger size, but yeah, yeah, there's definitely good difference. And then this one, I love this one. I don't know. I love all the pieces, but still I have to make a decision at times when I have too many things in my studio. So if they're taking up too much space, I wanted to decide only the perfect things are going to be staying here and the rest needs to go. Like it doesn't have to be, I mean, comparatively perfect. So yeah, I'm kind of working on some of the projects today. So let's see how they're going to be turning out, and we will see what we're going to like. And I'm hoping for the best, right? So let me grab some clay, and then we can continue working on the work. I do have like the weather has been changed a lot, so there's like water droplets all over, but it's fun. It's fun to work with clay. I definitely missed working with clay because I wasn't here for the last couple of I think it's been Friday, I guess. Yeah. So there's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot going on. But I'm gonna grab some clay before grabbing that. Just let me know if you wanted to see some of the projects that I was appreciating. I came here for a sec to kind of appreciate and then see what I have to still do. Um, they're still in the clay process, like meaning they're still like if I touch it with wet hands, they're gonna melt. They're gonna melt, and yeah, we're gonna lose the pieces. So I'm trying to keep it like just look at them. I love them. Just give them like, okay, this is perfect. This is super good, and then I just kind of work on the other ones. So if I have to, let me know what you think of this. So if I have to trash or put it in recycle bin, this is one piece that I'm thinking. I mean, I love it so much, but I'm not really sure if I'm gonna keep it. And also there's a crack, so yeah, I guess we cannot keep this one. I didn't realize that there is one until I started watching it closely. I don't know if you can see, there's one right here. See that? There's one right there. So yeah, that was an easy decision, but definitely, definitely not easy to trash it. But we'll see. I mean, it's it's what clay is all about. Working with clay is all about. So we got this. Let me grab some clay. I don't know. I think I need to put them behind where that thing is. Otherwise, we're gonna break these things also, which I don't want it to happen. But yeah, before I start any projects, are there any questions? Just let me know, and I wanted to say hi to you. Either people that are connecting directly now or people that are watching later. Pottery is a journey. It's a slow process, but then sometimes you get wonderful results. Sometimes you don't get anything out of it. Sometimes it's worth it's pretty, but sometimes it's worth trashing just because of a small crack. So um, there are so many things that you can apply in your life lessons, but either way, you just have to move on from that. But okay, so I'll bring this one closer. This is one of the hand built one. As I put through things away from our spot, I can walk you through some of the quick things. So I'm just making sure if there are any cracks right after it dried out, but this turned out to be just the perfect mug. Super easy to handle, super nice, super good. Um, yeah. And then there's this finger, like thumb mug is what I call, because I can absolutely place my thumb. And yeah, appreciate the design and all. Just kind of like, yeah, once I started drinking, like it seemed so good, really good. So, and then there is this popcorn bowl that I made for my kids, which was which kind of matches with the other designs that I'm doing, but I really like this one. This turned out super lightweight, super good, very pretty. So yeah, and I'm gonna show you one of the giant ones. I have to be really careful putting them away because, okay, this is, I don't know if you have seen, this is like another giant one. We need to handle this one really carefully. I don't know if you can see, but this is really big and it's kind of like ah, very good to feel because I never made this big, but this is definitely a result of my kids' challenge. And that's the front, that's the back. I definitely showed this one in my previous videos and lives, but in case if you're new here, you get a chance to take a look. And now the actual time with clay. And I have to put this away because even when I'm wedging, that is going to crack these pieces, which we don't want it to happen. So yeah, let's get up. Move ourselves. Keep this safe so that completely dries out. And then let's grab some clay. Okay, it turns out that I'm grabbing too much clay. Hi Timothy Brown Jayish. Oh, clay making. Yep, it's clay making. How is your day going on? Yep, we're gonna make something out of clay today, which pretty much what I do in the lives, but yeah, I do enjoy that today also. But welcome. I don't think we've met. What you're making? I do have some plans to make some bowls and cups. Let me show you what I'm thinking. So I really like the designs that I got on these. Nope, never met lol. Well, nice to meet you. So yeah, we made some of these in the last lives. I wanted to do it with so these are like hand carved ones, and there were some um, that I did with like the other things, like okay, so this is also hand carved one, which I kind of started loving so much of hand carving, but I also miss my stamp making processes, which is like I do have some stamps. That is cool. Thanks. Yeah, I do have some stamps that I would like to use and make some cups and bowls out of that. This is a trash. This is a reclaim. Unfortunately, I broke this one. I don't know. I for some reason I feel like I don't have like one way or the other. I started like breaking some lidded jars or lidded ones that I make. I don't know. Maybe I need more luck on that. But yeah, I'm gonna probably work on these later to break. But for today, I'm gonna grab some of the tools that we need. Like I have a ton, literally a ton. Like this is how much I have, all the stamp collections and stuff. But yeah, yeah, let's start from there. Honestly, I maybe also if it's hand carved, it's carved with love. Yeah, it is definitely carved with. I mean, pretty much everything that we make with hands, right? Like I can feel them. I can I can have really good time later on. And also, God, that's a lot of tools. Thank you. Yeah, well, these were not collected one day. Definitely, they were like added up over the time. But yeah, I just made it a few things. Like I experimented with a few things when I was getting these. But then I ended up breaking that. Well, a friend visited and like unfortunately it was an accident, so it was dropped and it was like a good plate. I don't mind, so I'm gonna make pretty much something like new. I mean, if I start something in my mind, I get digressed and I'll make something entirely unexpected. So I try not to give what I'm planning on making ahead of time. So we'll see. But I need my tools, like my, of course, we need to wedge and we need to, which I did pretty much. I wonder you're going to use the cups and bowls you made when they're done drying, or are they just on display? I do use them. Like I started taking them inside and I started working with them, and I started experimenting with the what do you call? Like yeah, I do have a few cups and mugs. Like for example, this one is like really good size and everything. They're really good. Um, I took a few inside, but not all of them. And this will give me a chance in case if my friends visit, like they get to pick something from my studio and like they can take it um, as a memory from me. So yeah, and yeah, they're like very. Okay, so this one is a good example of like I used stamps and like the ribs. I don't know if it's clear enough, but it's it's good. Yeah, it's like a very good hand holding thing. But yeah, you're making me too much excited to show most of my stuff here, but I don't know. Let me know. But this is very simple yet it can be used for both, like soup drinking, I guess. I guess it's just us now. Yeah. Well, yeah, it can be used for all kinds of other ways, like coffee, water, anything else. But it's really good, nice and big. So, and there are plenty of others too. But for now, let's continue. Working on, like I'm so excited. I don't really know how I'm gonna use all of them, but I really love making projects like that, and then it just empties my mind. Like if I kind of we got that's totally fine, they just come and go, but I just wanted to share that people like you I meet here and I feel really good of sharing these things, which is how like I met quite a few people from all over the world, like I've been saying this, but I really feel happy about meeting new people. So that's my primary reason. I'm trying to get better at drawing. Oh, nice. What do you draw? What kind of drawings do you do? I feel like there's a close connection between drawing and like claying, because I started with painting and drawing, mainly Bill Cipher as examples. What is Bill Cipher? I mean, I'm not familiar with a lot of stuff, but if you can teach me, would be good. I do know, like the other day there was a viewer who suggested me to try an art project. He said that I really will enjoy. Bill Cipher from, oh, okay. Still don't know. But I think I know a word, Gravity Falls. I don't know what exactly, okay, I read it differently, but I don't know what exactly it means. Probably I need more time to explore what that means. Yeah, so the other friend did suggested to try out other things, but it was very like, well, that was my first time hearing that, which I would never know if I'm sitting here doing it all by myself. Yeah, I do get great suggestions from people that join live. Like for example, I made a cottage the other day, and my always good friend is, I don't know, he's not live today, but he just shared a few thoughts. And there's another friend, Lucia. Gravity Falls is, I think, a show about two kids named Dipper and Marble, who I think go on mysteries and discover stuff. I've never watched the series. My friend got me into drawing. Nice. Yeah, I know, right? Like you get to meet new people, you find stuff like that. But I'm really glad that you got introduced into that. And I hope you're enjoying what you're doing, right? I mean, for sure. Drawing is pretty much like very good therapeutic, and it's very artistic skills. Like it just makes your creativity flow like anything. Yeah, I do kind of like love doing new art projects like that. Hence, I ended up with a lot of bunch of stuff that I always kind of wanted to do more, and then I collect so much, and then at times it's kind of like phases, you see. So for me, my drawing phase or painting phase started um, probably 8 years ago, and then I came back. I came back to pottery. I came back to painting again last year, and then this year I'm into pottery. I had a coaster I made of clay, but it got wet and got all over. Oh no, I have on my, oh no, that's very sad. I hope you saved some. Did you? Let me grab some of the tools while you're adding comments. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I do need a lot of tools for the projects that I'm making, especially the cutting one. But go ahead. What kind of colors? I got all over my nightstand and covered about 75% of the things in on my nightstand. Oh no, that's very sad. What kind of colors do you use? Acrylic or oil? What kind of colors? Like, is it like a spray paint dish? Do you come back to, once you paint, like, do you come back to your paintings and do you pat yourself and say, what a great job I did? Markers, crayons, colored pencils, maybe Sharpie if I don't want to color or I'm needing thick lines. Oh, yeah. Got it. Makes sense. Yeah. That's pretty much really nice. Like, I'm excited to see Malia Miller. Hi, I don't know if you remember me, but I just logged on your lives to say to never give up. Oh yeah, I remember you and love your clay stuff. And if I couldn't buy them, I would. I don't have an allowance right now. Well, I always kind of wanted to share it with people who appreciate them. So if you're one of them, I think you can just pay for shipping and I will be able to send it over to you. I'm not really sure how the shipping process or how much it costs. So yeah, I would love to just give away for free. Why not, right? I do have I have hunger to make more, and I need to make room too. So yeah, I would love to. I would love to. Malia Miller, age 60. Crayons and color pencils I use pretty rarely. Oh yeah, I got introduced. So my kids, they love painting. Not painting. I would say like drawing. And my kids started working with this. My chair is wobbly. Sorry if you are hearing the sounds. But they do love to work with oil pastels, which I feel like it's very messy. I'm not a fan of. I'm okay with crayons because they don't actually make such a big mess. But oil pastels, I don't know if you heard about them, but they're like such a big, messy things. I mean, it just gets into my kids' hands and stuff like that. But I just don't like the shades of crayons and colored pencils. Just feel like they go dull. Yeah, that's very true. I don't know, like maybe it's because it's kind of like a kids stuff. That's why they tend to. I don't know. Like yeah, it's very true. Like you could use oil pastels. They're really good. Like coloring wise, they change or they give the appropriate coloring. But no, not definitely my favorite that I would enjoy. Sorry, I can't stay long, but again, I have to do schoolwork. But I love what you do, and you bring joy to my day. Thank you. Also, thanks for remembering me. Oh, yeah, always. Thank you so much for joining, and I absolutely understand. Like, if you have to go. Sheena, looking beautiful. Thank you. Hi, Sheena. That's a beautiful name. Where are you connecting from? But just to say you, Malia Miller, I wish to see you back again. Enjoy whatever you're doing. That's pretty much all I got to say for you. Yeah, I love to work with some of my happy projects. I have an entire art box with color pencils, oil pastels, watercolors, and paintbrushes, and a big palette of crayons. Whoa, that's like a lot. That's like a lot. Do you often work with them or like do you take it more? What do you do with those pieces and how many have you created so far? See, I will always have such a great company if I join live. That's something I don't want it to miss. And I feel like I rarely use the art box. I know, like when we go to, let's say, Hobby Lobby or like Michael's, you just get so much tempted. I get so much tempted, and I buy so much that I thought I'm gonna be using, but they'll be sitting in my storage area, and maybe sometimes I do end up using them, but sometimes I end up taking out away out, thinking that it's too long. I haven't used it, so yeah. I accidentally clicked subscriptions and it left the live stream log. No worries, you're back. I'm really glad you're back. I was talking about how many drawings did you do, and do you do on like the canvases, or do you do on what was that? It just gets blanked out at times, but yeah. Do you do it on a paper or sketchbook, drawing book? What's your medium? Where do you draw? Okay, this is the fun part because it's Christmas time. It's very hard for me to decide. I'm okay. This is really super nice, but like I said, I always kind of in pottery world. If you start during Christmas time, it goes all the way to Easter. Like, if you wanted to make something for Easter, you have to start around New Year. Like, that's how long, because I have to fire some of these pieces for it to become like really food grade safe. So I don't really want to, like, I'm tempted to use this one, but I don't really want it to use this. This is kind of like a Christmassy thing. Should I give it a try? Yeah, why not? We can always do one thing. But yeah, it's very bold, which means the bold ones on the clay are really going to be showing up pretty. But if I try very narrow ones, it's tricky. So yeah, meaning like if the design or the stamp isn't like very detailed, it's very hard. So okay, so we covered this entire thing with the stamp, so it's pretty easy most of the time. Hold on, let me bring you closer so that I can show you what design it is and how it ended up. Or I can bring this one. This is much easier. Okay, there we go. Hopefully you can see the design from that I made from like the stamps. Ta-da! There are two different colors. One is from just the regular colored clay. Hold on, this is our best friend when we're making handmade projects. I'm sorry about that. I'm sitting in the garage, and yeah, my husband has to use the garage door to open it, but yeah, I know it gets a little shady here. Okay, so I do wanted to use this, which this is another thing. Oh, hi Vanessa, how are you? Nice to see you here again. How's it going on? Okay, so the project that I'm gonna make is, for this one, is like we're going to make a cup. For that, it needs to be wrapped up something like that, and we need to make a good cut because I don't think we're gonna be we're gonna be needing all this clay, but I'm gonna make just that much. I might take my tool. Okay, just a little bit there, and then I'm going to do just I will say medium cup. Like this is about medium cup. Ooh. Okay, that should be good enough. Now we should be able to cut more. And then I'm going to cut the handle as well, which is going to be another straight cut. And then we can pretty much cut however much we need later. But here's the thing, because I cut it somewhere in the center, we're going to need like a circle to close the to close the foot. So yeah, and then we don't need, thank you, and then we're gonna need, that's my sweet husband. Okay, and I'm gonna be cutting that, which is also going to, we can pretty much take a look to see if we can use it later, always. And then, because you know, once we cut it and we decided that it's going to be like more, I mean, we can make more, but sorry, I get all kinds of things right now. And okay, here's another thing. I've learned a good lesson that it's very easy to work with clay if it is dry. A little bit more from the texture that I'm working right now. Like this is like, if you say like, I wanted this clay to stand straight, but it won't work like that. It just bends like that. So I'm gonna be using, I don't have a fan right now, but if I do, I would definitely put it there just so it comes in really handy. But for now, let's put this one on my plaster bag, which is also going to do a good job absorbing water. So I'm gonna grab my okay, we got it. This is called plaster bag, which is made of plaster of Paris, and it's gonna take up some water, like not completely drying out automatically, but we'll just, I hope it's gonna keep just enough moisture that we want to work with our project. But in the meanwhile, I'm gonna put that one aside, and then let's work on the next one. Why is my chair too wobbly today? But yeah, hi, Vanessa, are you still there? I'm not really sure if you're there, but I believe it was your channel. I think you have your own channel, right? I did go through that, if you're still there. I did go through that, and I saw your cute little sister and you having fun. So yeah, keep enjoying, keep rocking. Just leave everything else behind. Okay, so let's continue with our second one. For this one, hand carving, you can like always make quite a few things that are very like interesting that you cannot make on the wheel, but not sometimes, I do like both projects. Like if I'm sitting on the wheel, I get like grabbed to do, oh, I wanted to do more here, and then if I'm working over here, I wanted to do like wheel throwing. Yeah, I get like kind of, yeah, question like, do I wanted to do this one today or do that one today? Which yeah, I get to do more shapes and decoration with this side of the world, which is hand building. But yeah, either way, I enjoy working with clay. So yeah, let's just do more vegging, not vegging, rolling. Okay, there we go. This is like a good dough, bread dough, but it's not really. I hope it's not shaky there. Yep, it's not. I made sure that you guys are far away from where I'm doing so that it won't come on, like, you know, the moving and shaking won't happen on the camera. Sometimes I cannot, I cannot stop it. If the slightest part of the table is touching, then yeah. I don't know, let me know how many of you feel that you want to work with clay when I'm working here with clay. Because that's how I feel when others, when I see other videos or people watching, people making on the other side of the camera, I feel like, oh, I wanted to make more projects. But yeah, I feel that pretty much more of the time, but yeah. Okay, so there is an air bubble, so I'm gonna be, I mean, it's clearly visible for sure. So I'm gonna be applying just a little bit of clay there to cover and like do the same that I did earlier. Okay, nice and clean. And then we just go back to our, okay, so this is quite interesting. This is like a farm thing. Okay, this one just popped off, but yeah. Hey, come on. Oh, it's stuck. So this one is like a farm theme. It's clearly visible because there's a stamp that happened. But this is actually good. It's like a city vibe. So let's try on this one. You wanted this to go like this. Okay, so there's a problem with this guy. Sorry about that click. It was loud. But we need to cut the piece first and then lay it because this is apparently, okay, that's distracting, but yeah, this is on one side. I cannot just go all over like I did with the other one. So I'm gonna be cutting this one to, okay, so let's say that I need to do like this, and then I'll probably be, yeah, let me cut some of the clay. This is a good experiment, so I don't always expect to see the result just the way that I want, but this is definitely a learning experience. Okay, so I'm taking, like I'm making it even, and then I'll be able to like take the extra piece of clay that I don't need always. Right, and then I just cut it like that. Ah! And then cut like in all four directions so that it's very even. Don't. Ah! There we go. Sometimes it just goes a little onto the other side, but okay. Let's smoothen out our edges. Come on. And then go like that. bit more. Hi, good morning. Hi, Nirosha Bandara. How are you? Niroshan Bandara. Good morning. Good morning to you. How's it going? What's going on? Let's take our bread once again. Well, if you just joined, I'm making some of the cups and bowls, which this is kind of like in the process. Okay, just making sure that there's not any extra clay here and there. But okay, so let's cut this one. For sure we need more clay on this project because the mugs that I needed is like they're gonna be very small. We need just a little bit more in size. Okay, that should be good. Okay, so what I'm gonna be doing is I'm going to do like wanted to keep this one just straight enough like that, and then I wanted the other probably, oops, sorry, that's my garage. If there's no like moving, it just turns off the light. So hold on just a sec. Let me turn on the light. There we go. All lights are on until we let it go once again. But okay, so this is not what we want. So I'm going to be cutting this, and then we need a little bit more. Technically I need like really big flat clay, but I'm kind of like working in small batches just because it's easy for me to handle this entire like lifting up and putting it down, and for like, you know, drying out reasons, because I've been lately drying out a few big chunks of clay, which is getting like hard to reclaim. Not reclaim, I would say, like for drying out. Okay, so we are making sure that there's no gaps. I could have definitely scored it in the center, but that should totally be fine. This is what happened, so let's score it once again. No biggie, never a biggie. And then we can always go back to our project that is drying on the other side. We flip that over. Okay. Well, here's another thing. I'm not supposed to just cut it straight and expect it to attach properly, but instead I should cut it slantly and then score it, which is going to give it a good grip to kind of lay over on both directions, and then it'll be easy. Hey, come on. Okay. Hi, hi. How is it going, Mia? Did you finish your class?
I did for mine, but I have to work for my sisters.
Nice.
Once we're done, I have to sing songs. Yes.
Well, why are you here then? Finish it.
No,
so you don't have to worry about it.
No, Dad.
Oh, you need something from the car?
No, I don't. Dad left the car door open.
Oh, okay.
So okay, I have to open up.
Ah, come on. You're making this place go like this and that and this and that. Okay, so okay.
Close the driver's seat.
Nice. Thanks for catching that.
Like,
Why? This is our third time, pretty much.
wait, what are you making today?
More cups.
Cups?
Yeah.
What type of cups?
Like, can you close the door now?
Oh, I have
Because it's getting like darkish if I don't.
cup.
Thank you, my dear. Every time when I'm lifting, it's getting like a bit of a challenge here. But yeah, we got this.
This guy.
Which guy?
This guy. I think it melted a bit.
Yeah, that's okay.
Alright, it's a handmade piece, right?
Yeah,
Oh, you got to clean this a lot.
I do. That's what I was telling to our friends before. That needs a lot of cleaning.
Oh, this one looks. Wait, looking at that mug, I thought you were a mug here.
Oh, there's a mug there.
This mug. I thought this, for a second, I thought these were coconut trees.
Nope. Probably that's not a bad idea, right?
Yeah. Coconut trees!
Yeah.
You can plant that on your things.
Okay, so this has been drying on this side, so I'm going to be flipping it over so that we get to work on the other side, which it isn't that dried because it needs to be at least close to leather hard. It'll be very easy for us to handle, but it is what it is. So okay, so let's cut one more slightest thin piece, and then I'm going to be using this one as my reference, and we will be able to, I'll put this guy because I want it to have some greenery. And like, this is again question. So I wish this can go like small or big. Like this is really big. Sorry, I left. That's okay. A little plant prob for company. Oh, okay. What is it? Plants are always our friends. Okay. And then let's take this. And then we use the rib once again. Okay, that's been smoothened out on one side. And then I'm going to be using just to cover the areas where it felt like very bumpy or there were like air bubbles. And guess what? Oops! Now I use my little stamp roller, so it's kind of like a city vibe. So this is going to be our second one. You just simply take your stamp roller and like press it, not gently, but a little harder. Ooh, that is so good. Okay, let me show you. And then I probably wanted to continue the design towards the top. I really want to listen to music while I watch you make stuff with clay, but YouTube pauses live stream if you play anything. Yeah, I know, I agree. I wanted to actually add some music for myself, like behind, but I don't know how much of it is distracted, but yeah, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so that's going to be on the bottom side of the mug. Again, we need to make this one dry. And then I'm going to be bringing back this guy, which we have been put it aside. I think this is at least a good spot, so we need to make sure that this one is getting dried out. Okay, well this is bendable. Clay has evolved now. Entire cities inside clay. Yes, clay. There's a lot of construction happened inside the clay. But what do you do, Timothy? That sounds like you're doing an interesting job. Are you like a construction person or? Oh, those lights again. My lights has automatic sensory thing, so they just go off. Even though I'm like quietly sitting here, I don't have a job log. Well, what? You see, no, I meant to say like I'm 13. Oh wow, what was your plant situation then? Oh come on. Okay, so we cut the clay. That's what I thought, but I don't know when you mentioned about like the clay job. I'm like, oh okay, you seem to be doing some work, but yeah. Okay, so we did cut that. I meant you have that planned. I was saying it was maybe for aerial company. What is aerial company? I don't know what that means, but yeah. Okay, so just keep scoring so that the clay kind of gets stuck. But again, this has to be done a little carefully. It's an abbreviation for, oh no, it's not real life. I didn't know that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, so just slowly and gently press it. I don't have, so I need to do something like this, right? Like to join both. Either I have to run with my stamp once again. There is so much stuff I want to make with clay, but I need money for clay, which I don't have at all. I know. Once you start working with clay, I say it's kind of like a happy area. You don't want it to come out of it. So yeah, make your decisions. And I'm not really sure. Like a lot of people do. Okay, I just made it a little messy, I guess. But let me show you what I'm making. So this is close, but it's not clear enough. It's a little close, right? Okay, so I need like a circle shape. I need like really big circles. So I'm gonna be using my cornstarch as my circular reference. And then it's always nice to have a little bigger base. Looks like inverted. Really? Yeah, it is. Okay, so let's cut that off and then, yay, we never know if we're gonna need it, but I'm gonna keep that one aside. And then I do want to flip this one over like that. Okay, so because I joined to two, there's like a clear fixing that needs here. But yeah, which grade are you in, Timothy? Timothy or Timothy? Timothy, let's call it Timothy. Around 8th, am I right? Do you have like, you don't have pottery classes at school? Because some of our viewers do go to pottery classes at school, and that's how we got connected. So okay, so I wanted to use the rib again just to score. This one is very satisfying. Like there's nothing that beats out working with clay. There's nothing that beats out. Okay, so I'm gonna be continuing working here, and then slowly, without making sure, like we have to make sure it's not warped. I'm gonna make my circle first. I feel like that's a good circle, and like just try to combine these two. Again, we need to make a design. Yeah, like I said, it's totally fine. If I'm all by myself, I'll be having 0, right? So that's totally fine. I don't want it to take that as a number. I feel really appreciated if I get more people um, that I can talk to, but I can always enjoy working with clay by myself too. So it's clay that I have to appreciate. So okay, so there we go. And like, ah! My light is playing with me really big time. Let me just go check on and then see if I can push the button really hard just to keep it. Hey, I don't know. I did some pushing of the button, but we'll see if it's good. Just disable the lights or something. I know it doesn't actually do that. It's some automated sensory lights that there was no switch. You can have it turned on and you can leave without turning off, which automatically shuts down if there's no movement. It's like the sensory ones, but it's totally fine. I'm okay with it. Okay, so we're like, it's at a weird angle, but I'm gonna be doing this thing carefully so that I do not make anything break. Okay, so let's keep this one. We need to have, I know this is definitely a lot. Oh no, even light switches are AI now. Yeah, can't escape that. Okay, just I need like a big spatula, which will definitely help me. I need to bring the spatulas from my kitchen to here. But yeah, it did work. And yeah, we have such a good shape. I got to tell you whatever the trick that I've learned from our YouTube community. Maybe I should get into clay. Well, yeah, anytime. But yeah, just like any other hobby, I would say. Do you do like, okay, I don't know. You say like you do drawing. What kind of other drawings do you do normally? Because if you're a drawing person, you will definitely enjoy this process. One thing is, why don't you get one of those clay spinning machines? I do have it. It's right there. I do have 2 of them. And I make some of them. Like most of those were made with the I usually make random things. Oh, okay. Yeah. I feel like most of the time you start with one thing, like with my working process, of course. Darn it, I do need just a little bigger one. We'll see. Okay, I can do either ways. This side is more, let's see. I can do either way, so let's score this guy. And then scoring is pretty much like there will be a good bonding between two pieces of clay, especially when it's like at a good hard state. Okay, just cutting down that excess clay, which we don't want it to see wibbly wobbly mugs. Hi Niroshan once again. Okay. And then I just feel like we need just a little bigger size. That should be okay, I guess. So this is why I left my clay here, just so it gives me a chance to add. Okay, let's take this and we cut this piece into a very thin piece, and then I'm gonna be using it wherever I feel like it's needed. Okay. This is turning out really good. I started to getting like hang of making mugs with my Handmade, because I wanted to make or I do more of them with the wheel rather than with hand, but yeah. Okay, so let's just do the scoring here. The interesting thing is I do use a lot of water, but I'm not using much this time. That's good progress. I eating. No, I didn't eat. Did you eat your breakfast? You seem to be so sweet. Roshan, you always kind of like a good caring person. Okay, let's actually make a roll of this. Now let's put this one aside. I'm making to see if I can get like a little longer piece, which will give me a good way to kind of attach it. Nice. What did you eat? Awesome. So we just got like just enough. And let's cut that excess where we don't need. And like slowly and gently push the extra clay onto both sides so that it just gets stick properly. I'm really feeling so good about how this one is turning out, which this is only our first one, which normally it'll take me a couple to get into the groove and like get into a better side, but the very first one seems to be a good one. It usually helps if there is something underneath it so that I'm not pressing very hard on the bottom area, but it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna flip this guy once again, which is sitting for our second cup. I'm going to be putting this one a little closer. Yeah, you can see it. And then just do the same thing that I was doing with the top side, which is like pinching the clay to both directions. And like I said, it's very satisfying and soothing, calming. And then keep continuing on all different sides. to the very last here. Okay, that is really good. And I take my rib, just kind of pat. Just so there won't be like way too many air bubbles or anything. Gently roll it over once again. Keep patting. Okay, and then nice and even. Just pat it a couple more times just to make sure that we didn't miss any spots down there, to kind of like let the clay settle. Okay, hey. Okay, and then I'm gonna be using the back of the rib to just go all different directions. I don't know why I'm struggling a bit. There's like my cake stand. I could definitely bring it over. Let me just, I think this is time that I get up again. It is very interesting, but I'm really glad that I have an additional light here. And at times it's really good to get up for my body to exercise. That's what I've been also planning on doing. I'm making sure that my lights are reminding me. Just kidding. But yeah, I sit there for hours and I don't think too much about getting up unless I need something. So I'm like go-getter. Doesn't matter whatever is happening. But yeah, okay. So I'm like cleaning all the sides so that it just looks prettier. Okay, and then later on, once this one is like kind of settled, I'll go back with the brush. And again, that is another satisfying process. Okay, so there is definitely a little bit of unevenness, I feel like, so we'll see. We need to cut any, or like maybe just pat it down a couple of times down the bottom. Just make sure. And another thing that I've learned is like you just use something like that, right? And then make it like go in all different directions. That way you're like covering, like you're making sure that you're cutting it properly evenly. Okay, like that. What was that? What was that trick? I forgot. But you just simply just go over, I guess, like that, and like gently cut down. There was such an easy trick that I've seen. I forgot. I felt like that was very useful for me when I'm doing hand building. But another thing is you have to remember. So no biggie. So I think we got it even out. So now the part is we're going to get our handle. I already cut this one right earlier, so I'm going to use just the appropriate handle that we can make with this piece of clay that I cut it. Like, let me bring it a little towards the corner, and like cut this one. in like smoothing this area so that I don't have to do too much work when I am back onto my um, cup. I do like to go with the sponge, but the problem with the sponge is I get the grout, which I don't want it to see too much grout. Okay, there's that. And like I'm gonna be cutting in two different, let's see how much handle. Yeah, I think probably this would work. Usually I'm supposed to be cutting it after I measure, but this time I took extra liberty. But yeah, okay. So there's that, or we can go like that. Which one should we think of? Yeah, we can actually go like this because I haven't tried this big. Should we try this big or should we go a little smaller? Like that. That's option A. Or like go all the way down, option B. It doesn't make too much of a difference. Noodles! Oh, yum! Noodles is my favorite nourishment. I love to eat noodles, but I don't take it often. Okay, so I got this scored, and I'm gonna be scoring on my cup also. I never actually, like I said, work without water, but today I feel a little bit more extra confident working too much without water. And that's okay. Okay. Okay, cut on two sides and then just kind of like make it just like that and then like that. Okay, well that's definitely different, but I still like that shape also. Okay, I'm going towards the corner, but here we go. We're almost done with one cup. Start to the end along with the stamping. There are some weaker spots on this guy because the handle seems to be a little too delicate because of the stamping that we did earlier, but we can still fix it and save it. Ta-da! And then just gently push this piece. Let me bring it closer so that you get to take a closer look. You know, hungry. Nope, I'm not hungry yet. In fact, I've been fasting from this morning, so not really hungry at all. And like I said, I can simply just work. I don't think too much about other things when I'm working. Especially, that's my favorite job to do, which in this case pottery is definitely. So yeah, okay, so there's that, and then we need to do a lot of cleaning up. So I take my good brush and then I dip it in water, which in this case is my water. I do have a little bit of water, and then just simply go all over with the water so that it smoothens it out and won't leave the grog all over. That's the case if I'm doing with the sponge, but I don't want it to see like very squarey lips. I think I'm going to be fixing that once I fix the other spots. And in the meanwhile, we can make another one after this is completely fixed. This is definitely very soothing thing. Like to go with the brush is very soft. Uh, and the problem here is like you cannot do too much of that because the texture we rolled earlier is gonna go away. So just carefully. We got this, okay? We got this. But it can take like so much time or like so short time. Depends upon how neatly you want it to be. You wanted this one to be, but yeah. Okay. Let's just put this guy, and then I want it to go a little over with the finger so that it won't be sharp and it'll be like smooth. I'm talking about the handle here, which I did earlier, but it has a little bit of more sharpness to it. Okay, that's still good. We usually just roll over a small piece of like a clay and then kind of add it here so that um, it won't be easily breakable. So let's just do that also. And I'm making sure that the cup is not, oh come on. I really like this effect, but it's very hard for you, I guess, to see, but we'll see once again. I don't know, my garage lights are way too funny today. Oh well. Anyways, I got this. Anyways, I think I'm gonna be rejoining the live because I feel like the processing time is a bit too much if I have like just one video for the entire thing. So I'm Sinhala boy. Oh, okay. What does that mean? I'm not really sure. Okay. The tricky spot is like down at the bottom there. Like, I mean, we need brush and then go gently in that corner so that the corners are not visible, and should be good. I'm not afraid, even though it takes us a little time, I'm not afraid to kind of like go back, make sure that it all looked good. If not, I can totally remake this piece. Okay, there's that, and then let's just go back once again, just to cut. Ta-da! Okay. That's nice. Like, well, we can put this one aside, and as soon as this one is like um, very strong enough, probably we can do a little bit more work, I guess. But let's just add one small detail and make the base in top of the um, handle strong. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. I just wrap this guy so that it will be strong rather than being very delicate. And then cut that piece. Let's go back once again and like do the same in the bottom section as well. Okay, cut that again. Yep, and then this one is gonna take its few minutes to settle, but then should be good. Let me grab a sponge also, and then we can once again just do the final touch. Definitely going back with sponge makes such a big difference. Okay. Where's my silicone tool? And like simply just pinch where we added the additional thing. Slowly blend it in. This is very interesting one. Okay, one is done. And then of course we do have to go back with the brush. Holding both inside and outside very carefully. Okay, there we go. Ta-da! We got such a cute cup. I mean, I can keep on working the same one for a really long time, but then I wanted to go back to our other one. So let's finish the other product. Other mug as well. This is going to be making such a cute set. Just making sure that there are no breaks in the middle so that I don't have to see cracks when it's fired, if it just goes all the way to the firing process. Ta-da! Okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna bring it a little closer and you get to see it. Okay, so there's that. This is, I think we need to adjust just a little. There we go. Because that looks like a little sharper. But once it's dried out, it looks pretty good.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, cute.
Cutie, thank you. But yeah, and then let me rejoin the live like I said, but thank you for joining this live. In case if you are not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to see more interesting projects.